In the worldwide internet, more digital media is now created every hour than all digital media created between the -19th century BCE and the 19th century CE combined. More than 500 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube every minute in dozens of various categories: sports, animals, video games, music videos, entertainments, foods, travels, and for those brave enough to traverse into the darkest corners of the site, paranormals. These are the Paranormals. There are many names for locations where people get together, get a bit tipsy, have a little fun, tell a yarn or two, and hopefully have a decent time without getting into too much mischief. I of course speak of supposedly haunted houses, where individuals or small groups stand around screaming at each other in the dark as entertainment, but the description can also apply to a style of business establishment popular the world over. Pubs, public houses, bars, taverns, tap rooms, tap houses, ale houses, beer houses. There is also a fairly severe amount of crossover between all of the ghost houses and the booze houses mentioned above, as spirits and spirits appear to go together like peanut butter and jelly, or beer and peanuts might have been a better comparison, or a Snickers and an eggnog. 3 bar-based spirits spilling spirits caught on tape. Number 3. Spooky. CCTV footage catches ghost spilling customer's pint in haunted pub, by TMZ TV. The Blue House pub in Hendon, Sutherland, England, according to the description of this video posted by TMZ and something called North News, based on the watermark here, is 167 years old and is rumored to be haunted. According to Darla Anderson, landlady at the Blue House,
I remember I was just looking at the pint and then it just fell. There were only 3 or 4 of us in the pub at the time, so there was no way that anyone could have knocked it.
So is Darla's staring at the glass beforehand somehow responsible for the object's movements? Is Darla some sort of X-person, manifesting her powers of psycho or telekinesis to force an unsuspecting victim to purchase a second pint of beer? No. That is abjectly ridiculous, at least in this video, because what threw this glass to the floor with such vehemence that the glass actually broke into multiple pieces was a ghost. The ghost, clearly upset that a child has been let behind this bar top where it could easily steal bitters and slices of lemon, lets its objections known with rampant destruction. You have been warned, Blue House. If you let this happen again, you will be killed by the ghost. Number 2. Ghost throws pint of beer, this is weird. Posted by Stephen Flynn. The description of this video, posted by YouTuber Stephen Flynn at a speed of maybe 3x and a resolution of approximately 40p, asks a baffling question: ghost or coincidence? A brief search over at dictionary.com indicates that coincidence is not an actual word, so the question answers itself by listing only one possible possibility: ghost. In case the video is not visually clear enough, which it is not, someone, presumably Stephen Flynn, has helpfully spotlighted the area he wishes to bring to our attention. Violently, the pint glass contained within said spotlight rockets across the room, exploding against a wall before the pieces dangerously scatter to the floor. The pint appears to belong to this man, who casually walks to the front of the room as if not demonically possessed by some sort of poltergeist. Eerily, the man appears to be the only person in the public house with even the most basic semblance of a facial structure and features. One of the men without a face stands and points ominously to the exploded glass remnants. Spooky! Number 1. Ghost knocks over pint in 300-year-old haunted pub. To the point. Upping the ante an additional 133 years over the Blue House pub sitting at number 3 on our list, the White Swan Inn at Dunstable, Bedfordshire, I think England again, comes in at a whopping 300 years of age. As I know we have all been at the edges of our seats in anticipation of potential spooky voice, I shall go ahead and activate it without additional delay.
To the point.
Triangle News.
Camera 3.
Camera 5.
Camera 6.
Camera 8.
Camera 9.
Camera 11.
Camera 12.
Camera 14.
Feb. S.
M.
1.
6.
7. 13.
14.
15.
21.
22.
27.
28.
Camera 2.
A ghost is believed to have knocked a pint off a table in a 300-year-old haunted pub. Pub manager Natasha Magnan confronted drinkers after beer entered up on the floor. Watch the full video. Like, share and subscribe.
I haven't much else to add, Mahana fans. Natasha has chosen to blame this on a dead man instead of completing an investigation, naming ex-regular Chris Harris, who was 84 years old when he passed, as the ghoul now pranking noobs at her 300-year-old establishment.
One of the boys said that wasn't me.
Says Natasha.
I was like, yeah, all right then, not believing them, and they were like, I promise you that it just fell now. Look at my goose pimples.
Gross. A TMI overshare perhaps, but one that prompted Natasha to examine the security footage from the moment in question, and forced her face to face with the demented spirit-spilling spirit that now haunts the White Swan Inn. We appreciate your viewership, Mahana fans. Stay tuned for next week's season finale, after which there will be a 1-week break before season 2 begins, so that we may restock up on paranormal footages and add a couple of additional shows into our content mix. But don't worry, none of your favorite Miklos Mahanahan Presents shows are on the seasonal chopping block, so all of them will return, freshly chined up for their second seasons. May your homes go unhaunted, and your businesses, also
Unhaunted.